Here's the key detail. Plasma. Plasma
Capillaries are
is the
so
fluid
small
comprised
that
that
red
carries
blood
the
cells
body
often have
5%
to
of form. Blood is not a liquid, not in the way you think it is. Not like water, not like oil, not like anything you have ever poured from one vessel into another. Blood is something else. It behaves like a liquid when it needs to, and something else when it doesn't. And the moment it decides to change, the moment that decision is made, at the molecular level, inside a wound you have not even registered yet, it happens faster than you can feel it happening. Most people, when they think of blood, think of the color, the red, but what you are seeing is only a fraction of what blood is. Blood is a suspension, a living fluid, carrying structures that are not fluid at all. Red blood cells, 25 trillion of them in your body right now, flattened, biconcave discs, flexible enough to squeeze through vessels narrower than they are. White blood cells, platelets, the smallest of them all, fragments of larger cells with no nucleus, no DNA, and a singular, catastrophic purpose. And plasma, the liquid that carries everything, 90% water, the rest, proteins, hormones, clotting factors, nutrients, waste, the molecular signals of a body in constant conversation with itself. This is blood, not a liquid, a system, flowing. There is a category of fluid called non-Newtonian. Water behaves predictably. No matter how you move it, it resists the same way. Blood does not. Its viscosity, its resistance to flow, changes. In large vessels, under pressure, moving fast, blood becomes thin, efficient, streamlined. The cells align and flow. But in smaller vessels, where movement slows, blood thickens. Cells begin to gather, resistance increases. Blood is responding to its environment and changing what it is. It is not passive, it is adaptive. And when that environment changes completely, when a vessel is breached, when pressure drops, when chemistry shifts, blood does something it has always been ready to do. It stops being liquid. The cut happens. You don't feel it, not immediately, but the body does. At the wound site, collagen, normally hidden, is suddenly exposed. The platelets notice, instantly. They were built for this. A platelet touches the surface and transforms from a smooth disc to something jagged, spiked, reaching outward, anchoring itself to the wound. It releases signals. Other platelets respond. They arrive, they change, they anchor, they call more. Within seconds, a structure begins to form. Not liquid, not blood as you know it. A mass of interlocking platelets pressing against the wound. The bleeding slows. But this is temporary, fragile. The body knows that. And it has already begun the next step. The coagulation cascade. 13 factors, each one activating the next. A chain reaction, precise, unforgiving, where nothing happens out of order. It begins with exposure. A hidden protein now revealed. It meets another, and another, until the sequence builds toward a single moment. Thrombin, the turning point. Because thrombin changes everything. It converts fibrinogen, a protein drifting invisibly in plasma, into fibrin. Fibrin does not drift. It builds, long strands, insoluble, stretching across the wound like a net being cast. They bind to each other, tighten, cross-link, and lock into place. The platelet structure becomes reinforced. Red blood cells are caught inside. The clot forms. Not liquid, structure, built in minutes, from something that was fluid seconds ago. And yet, it does not spread. The same blood forming a solid structure at the wound is still flowing freely just centimeters away, liquid, unchanged. Because at the same time, another system is working, silently. Anticoagulants, proteins moving through the blood, preventing the process from going too far. Clotting and anti-clotting happening together. A construction crew and a demolition crew working side by side with absolute precision. Blood knows where to stop. Until it doesn't. The clot is not permanent. It was never meant to be. From the moment it formed, its end was already written into it. Inside the structure, A dormant component waits, plasminogen, inactive, embedded. When the vessel heals, when the surface is restored, another signal is released, TPA. It activates plasminogen, turning it into plasmin. And plasmin begins to dismantle everything. It cuts through fibrin, strand by strand, loosening the structure until it collapses. The trapped cells are released. The platelets disperse. The vessel clears. What was built is undone by design. Blood is not a liquid. It is a liquid that knows when to stop being liquid. It detects damage before you feel it. It changes state from flow to structure to seal a breach you have not yet noticed. And when the work is done, it removes itself completely. No trace, no excess. The system does not panic, it executes. A program refined over hundreds of millions of years, precise enough to act exactly where needed and nowhere else. A system so complete, it builds its own ending into its beginning. The next time you bleed, and you will, a paper cut, a small mistake, something you notice a second too late, watch what happens. The blood slows, then it stops. That moment is not the end of the bleeding. It is the moment your blood decides to become something else. A structure, a barrier, a temporary solution, perfectly executed, quietly, automatically, without you ever asking it to. Your body did not learn this. It arrived knowing it, and it has been ready every moment since to do it again.